Thank you for having me back. In my interview process with a handful of you, I got to share my vision, but a lot of you don't know it yet. But I wanted to share my vision a little bit as an intro. You can ask me more questions afterwards as I'm about in the community, etc. But what I want to do is not only just explain my vision briefly, but try to explain my plan for implementing the vision, okay? You can tell right now, growth mindset and athletic and activities, that's my goal. But what is that? And how can you support that vision? So my purpose, sorry for the contrast, right? My purpose is to change the culture of our athletic and activities department. Not so much focus on the W's, although, to be honest, I love winning, right? Everybody loves winning. And actually, a culture of success in your school just elevates everyone, okay? So I'm not here to say I want to not win. I like winning. I want to be a really good winner. And I want my students and my athletes and my debate team and my robotics team to be excellent winners, okay? But I also want them to be excellent losers. Oh, that's weird, right? I want to be gracious. I want them to respond to losses with a different perspective. I also want to empower students to learn from victory and defeat, kind of on that same line. Only one team wins the state title. Only one. So what happens to the rest of us? Are we just, again, a bunch of losers or really good losers, right? Just kidding. I will change my phrasing. It's intended to be funny. And then how are you going to respond to failure? In life, in sports, in athletics, we lose more than we win. Right? Most people do. And the question is, how are you going to respond to failure? Right? My vision is this. I see developing the growth mindset in our students to learn how to respond to challenges. Now, when we respond to challenges well, prior to getting into them, maybe we win more, right? But in the event that we don't win, what do we do and what does that look like? Okay? So briefly, what is the growth mindset? First, it was developed by Carol Webb of Stanford. I became aware of her in my math department out in Washington State. And we learned how to just try to break free of this mindset that I'm no good at math, right? Well, I want to apply that, right, to sports. And now there are lots of resources for applying the growth mindset to sports. So let me get to an overview of the growth mindset. There are two perspectives, and I'm going to be honest. One is the fixed mindset and one is the growth mindset. The fixed mindset was my mindset, okay? As an athlete, I was a 5-sport varsity athlete, and my mindset was fixed. I was so afraid of disappointing my coaches. I became afraid of failure. I became afraid of trying. I just stopped. I quit a lot, therefore 5 sports. I was good, but I didn't have the strong mindset. Common phrases for the fixed mindsets: failure is the limit of my abilities. I'm either good at it or I'm not. I don't like to be challenged. I stick with what I know. And feedback is criticism. Feedback and criticism is personal. Okay, it reflects on me, right? As opposed to the growth mindset. The feedback is supposed to build you up. It's constructive, right? Failure is an opportunity to grow. I can learn to do anything. Challenges help me grow. My effort and attitude determines my abilities. Finally, I like to try new things. Growth mindset. I want this infused in everything, okay? I want to transform our students' response to victory, defeat, and mistakes, either by themselves or by others. It's the worst thing in the world when someone misses a free throw. Been there. And then someone on your team chews you out for losing the game, right? We need to change our perspectives. Schools that help students develop essential social skills are preparing them for an even deeper level of their future after graduation. And that's one of our school goals, is how to prepare them for secondary success, right? Barrier number 1, as far as my leadership role, is how am I going to implement this vision? One is to develop the vision, Okay, that's going to be challenging because I have it. I'm passionate about it. You hired me for my passion. Okay, but how am I going to develop that school-wide? Okay, and second, how do I implement it? Okay, in an article interviewing Lynn Hetton, she was assistant superintendent in a Pennsylvania school district that made a total transformation, but they had to reset their vision. Okay, they were asked, what is the most important thing about being successful with a vision? You have to build that shared understanding. Have to provide a lot of opportunities for conversation, right? Both about possibilities and also about the challenges and how to mitigate those challenges. And everyone has a voice, and we need to engage everyone's voice so that we can all move forward together. So what do I need? I need a platform to develop the shared understanding. I need a lot of opportunities for conversation. I need to give everyone a voice to contribute to this vision, or at least to hear it, okay? Ultimately, I need time, okay? Who is everybody? Those are my coaches, advisors, and volunteers. That's my primary need for time, okay? Students and parents and our community members, and this is developed by an article on Perspective on Leadership, Building a Shared Vision for Your School. It's important from that article that the vision unites stakeholders, right, around the school's journey of improvement. Now, if there's a school where community members and the school leader are in disagreement, right, we'll be in an unhappy place. Much energy is wasted rather than focusing on key purpose to improve learning for students. I'm talking about developing a program to improve the development of their character. And so if I can't get that vision, right, at least heard by the community, I need to receive feedback. Maybe I modify a little bit, but honestly, my passion is pretty strong, and we'll see how they receive it. So here's my second barrier, not only implementing it, right, but teaching and learning it. So barrier one, I need time, okay, and platform. Teaching and learning. How do I promote the positive school culture, and how do I provide effective instructional program and design professional growth plans? Okay, first, how will I educate my stakeholders? First, primarily coaches, volunteers, advisors. Our teachers that coach and advise and volunteer are strapped for time. Okay, they are giving energy outside of themselves, taking away from their families to invest in these students. I need time built into the school year, and this is where I need your support primarily. Okay, strategies for better teacher professional development by Joel Zero, active learning, okay, ongoing instruction and support for teachers. So this is where I see that active learning. I'd like to organize workshop style professional development around growth, mindset, and sports and activities. I need to develop stakeholder buy-in, and I want to do that, right? I want to develop a vision what we want our students to look like, how they respond, right, to obstacles, to challenges, and yeah, that's what we want to see. How do we want to see them respond, okay, when they leave us, right? So ongoing instruction. Basically, I want our professional development days throughout the year. I know we've got a week of these prior to the school year. I want to get a couple in for that. And then I know we've got 4 days throughout the year. I'd like at least one session of the multiple sessions you offer to be for the growth mindset in activities, okay? Promise active learning, I promise engagement and discussion, and all teachers can come, but I really want my coaches to show up, my advisors and my volunteers, okay? And support. Ongoing support to me is using our collaboration days. We get late start Wednesdays. Every Wednesday of each week we've got late start, and that's for collaboration for teachers. I want to use one per month for my coaches, okay? I want to get feedback from them. I want to read articles. I want to collaborate. I want to think about who they've faced and struggled with, okay? And develop strategies, okay? Collaboration barrier number 3 is families and stakeholders. What I want to do is, I need my families to know, I need my students to know. I want to be able to empower parents to have conversations to build, right, their children up, right, in the midst of defeat, okay? I don't want it just coaches, I want it parents too. And I want to understand their students have self-talk too, and I need these students to talk to themselves and talk to one another and grow together on how they're going to respond to defeat, okay? And then our community. My plan again is to communicate this vision. It might be a little unique based on what we've done before. You hired me to make changes. So I want to make sure my booster club is aware of it, so that when I hear things from the crowds, we can have conversations. I want our Optimist Club and our Rotary Club. They give so much to our community and our activities and involvement, and they see that development of leaders. This, again, is this character development, okay? So in summary, my goal is to develop our students' growth mindset through activities, and my hope is for your support in this process of moving away from the W's primarily and seeing we learn more, not only from our wins, right, but also our defeats, okay? If you guys have any questions, I can talk to you after the meeting. Otherwise, I'll post these slides with my references, and yeah, we can learn more about the growth mindset. Thank you for your time.